What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV, back at it again with another banger. My friends, y'all know the vibes. Kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
We got a mega matchup tomorrow in the SEC, man. South Carolina, Texas, the rematch. Now, we know Texas got beat by double digits last time. Their star player, Matty Booker, went 3 of 16 from the field. Terrible game. And that was due to Breezy Hall as well, just being locked down and staying in her face, disrupting her flow. I'm expecting a much closer game this time. They're in Austin. It's hard to beat a team twice. I do think that the loss of Layla Filia, she has been out for a while with the eye injury. This is a big loss. They haven't had her, like I said, but still missing over 18 points a game from last season. Never really found her rhythm at Texas, but we do know that she will be done for the year and doing a medical red shirt. So Texas is going to have to find other answers, man. I want to say the emergence of Taylor Jones, their big, has been exceptional over the last month. She's been one of the most productive bigs in the country. This game could come down to rebounding. This game could come down to defense and who can take care of the basketball and execute more. Coach Don Staley mentioned that this team of South Carolina controls their own destiny with a win in Austin.
We talk about it. We talked about it today. This is for us controlling our own destiny versus looking back and seeing we wish this person loses, wish that person loses, and we gotta win, and not worry about all the other stuff if you lose.
Just doing what we've been doing, sticking to the plan. I mean, like she said, we've been in situations, games like this, so I think we are prepared for something like this, and if we execute the things that are on our game plan, we'll be fine.
A great deal. This reason why we do play the schedule that we play, the non-conference schedule, is, the league itself is unforgiving. The league prepares you for this type of game regardless, but, it's added, comfort when you've played a UCLA at UCLA. You went on the road and you played Michigan at a neutral site. We're prepared for the environment. We're prepared for the competition. We just have to execute.
The defense for South Carolina has really been a staple for this program under Don Staley, and they've turned it up protecting the paint in the last few weeks, man. I think just from a team standpoint, everybody's contributed in the block party. It's not just the bigs, it's the guards too, and they're doing a great job of turning those turnovers, turning those block shots in the transition offense. We know South Carolina's game. They want to pound it in the paint. They want to get those bigs touches. They want to get close to the basket, get high percentage shots, and crash the glass for misses to rack up those second chance points. The backcourt is absolutely deep as well. You got to watch out for the perimeter shooting that they have developed over the last 2 seasons. Tahina Powell has been the heart and soul of this team. Raven Johnson, the floor general. Malaysia Fool Wiley, instant offense off the bench, as well as Tessa Johnson. You can't forget about Breezy Hall as well, the sharpshooter who's been shooting it from 3 a little bit better in the last couple of games as well, even though I think her defense will be a major key in this game. How she disrupted Madison Booker in the first game. Salute to her. They also pressured the hell out of Rory Harmon, an experienced guard in her own right. So I think rebounding. Texas out-rebounded them in the first half, and just a lot of their points, a fifth of their points came from second-chance points, getting those rebounds on the offensive glass. Now, South Carolina did end up out-rebounding Texas in the first game, but it was really close, and I think that definitely has been an emphasis. They dominated Georgia in the front court, grabbing rebounds last game, but Texas is a much bigger, more physical, and more talented team in the paint, for sure. The thing about Texas, man, is they are playing their best basketball. They're peaking at the right time. They're riding a 12-game win streak. They have not lost a game since they played South Carolina the last time. So this team is coming in with crazy confidence. Madison Booker's upped her scoring from over 14 a game to 16 a game. She scored over 12 points in every single contest since they played South Carolina. She has absolutely been in her bag. And when you talk about a 3-level scorer, a player that they respect tremendously and want to disrupt and want to target, she's at the top of the scouting report for South Carolina. But she is a bucket, man. She's big. She's physical. Big guard, big wing. Has done an incredible job of just getting in the best shape of her life. 3-level score, one of the best mid-range games we've seen. She just hit 1,000 points earlier this week. So she's riding high, man. And then the rest of Texas also, man. Kyla Oldecray was really good for Texas in that first game. She had 16 rebounds, 12 offensive rebounds, and 11 points in just 20 minutes of play. Her and Taylor Jones are definitely going to be big in the paint going up against this massive front line of South Carolina, this deep front line where we've even also obviously we've seen Joyce Edwards take on a star role with this team, leading them in scoring. You can never sleep on Chloe Kitts, the experienced veteran who's really efficient, shooting the basketball, can really bust this thing open and space the floor. Of course, they're down Ashlyn Watkins. You got Adele Tack, Walker as well, who have been developing. And then Miriam Dowd is another big on this team that, can spread the floor, shoot the three. Sanaya Fagan, the starting five, has been tremendous defensively in the last few games. Almost getting benched, man. She's elevated her play offensively. She's grabbed more rebounds than in the last month. And like I said, her defending the paint and blocking shots will be crucial for this team. It's going to be one in the paint. It's going to be one on the glass who can be more efficient with the basketball, limit turnovers, and make shots. I do not see this game being a double-digit win. I think it's going to be much closer. This team is playing with serious confidence in Texas. Vic Schaefer is definitely familiar with Don Staley coaching against her in the SEC. Beating a team twice, especially as talented as Texas, is a tough sled, man. And it's not easy getting wins in Austin either. Now, South Carolina, I agree, is absolutely built for this game. There's nobody in the nation that is more battle-tested. Not many teams can feel this confident going into Austin, man, playing a top-5 team on the road. On a Sunday primetime game, man. So I think for South Carolina, it's going to be business as usual. They're going to share the basketball. It's going to be multiple players contributing offensively like we've seen. I think this is going to be a tough test for Joyce Edwards, who's really emerged since the last time these two teams played. They played totally different. I'm expecting Rory Harmon to be more efficient with the basketball. Jordan Lee could be a talented addition. Well, she's already been a talented addition, but she could be a contributor and X factor in this game with her shooting and her defensive ability as well. So I'm excited to see two veteran teams, two very talented teams go at it, two familiar foes. This is the first time that South Carolina will go on the road to Austin as a conference opponent in the SEC, and this is major for South Carolina because they're the only undefeated team. There are several other teams, including Kentucky, who they still have to play, and LSU and Texas that only have one loss in the SEC so far. So it could get really crazy in the standings if South Carolina loses this game. Right now, they control their own destiny, like Don Staley said. They don't have to wish who loses or bet on or root for another team or anything like that. They control their own destiny in their hands to lock up the SEC and to lock up a 1 seed heading into the NCAA tournament. They lose though, it gets very, very interesting very, very fast. So both teams have a lot to play for, man. These late SEC games will be crucial down the stretch. Every win matters that much more. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments. Like I said, it's going to come down to the glass, who's going to dominate, who's going to rebound, who's going to hustle for those 50-50 balls, which star players are going to make shots. The matchups I'm watching for sure, Tahina Powell and Raven Johnson and Malaysia Fulwiley and possibly Maddie McDaniel going up against Rory Harmon, throwing different looks, different bodies at her like they did the first time. And then Breezy Hall, man, interested to see if she can disrupt the flow of Madison Booker once again. I think she's going to come out and have a big game, and that could be the difference in this contest. But you got Outercray, you got Jones as well down low. What will Sanaya Fagan do down there? Joyce Edwards, Chloe Kitts. Like, it's a lot to consider in this game. Can Shea Holly and these other vets come in and make shots? We shall see. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments. That is a wrap for us. For all the latest and the greatest, join our memberships. We got exclusive content daily, weekly, whenever you need it. Also, follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Y'all know what to do. Until next time, we out.